Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. T. Pam Terrio, the author of Alleviate Dry Eye and the director of the Dry Eye Center here at Lusk Eye Specialists in Shreveport, Louisiana. Today we're going to talk about excessive screen time. Now, last week I was in the office seeing patients. Yay! Finally back to real life. So excited to see patients again. And one of my patients was telling me about how she was watching her preteen grandchildren during the week, and her concern was that they were staying up all night playing games with their friends virtually and then sleeping through until the afternoon. And although we can rationalize this and say they're kids, this is summer, give them the time, they don't have any schedules, they don't have anywhere to be, this statement from my patient was just very concerning to me. And so as an eye doctor, I want to explain the problems with that behavior and why it's not good to let your kids play video games all night long and sleep through the day. So with this video, I've also given you 2 free resources that you can download in the comments below. The first is the Guide to Alleviate Digital Eye Strain, and that one is based for adults. And the second one is A Parent's Guide to Screen Time, and that one is based mostly for parents to help their children with regulating their screen time. So in the past couple of weeks, I've really hit screen time hard because we had been in our at-home quarantine, and a lot of people were spending so much more time on our digital devices and television than we normally were. In fact, Comcast came out with a study that showed Americans were watching 8 hours more television during the month of April than before. So television, not to mention our phones and computer use, has really gone up while we were self-quarantined. So let me dive in with some of these tips. Now, when we have excessive screen time, there are 3 major risks, especially for children, that I want to go over. The first is the risk of developing dry eye, and that is because we don't blink as often when we're using an electronic device, even the television, or when we're reading even a book, just a regular book. We just don't blink as much as we would when we're in normal conversation. Now, that was the topic of my blog last week, so if you want to check that out, it's at www.pamterrio.com/blog/58. So you can check that out. The second thing that excessive screen time can cause is eye strain. And again, I have already covered this in a blog a couple of weeks ago. That's blog 53. So my website, pamterrio.com/blog/53. And you can see all about 7 ways to alleviate digital eye strain, as well as by downloading the guide that I will leave in the comments below. So the third thing that I want to talk about today is the fact that excessive use of screens can cause sleep disruption. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm just using my phone. I'm just on the computer. How is that going to change my sleep pattern? I'm using it in the daytime. So let me explain where I'm coming from and then what you can do to stop the sleep disruption. So the reason that our screen time can cause sleep disruption is because these little bitty screens, including your television, emit blue light. Now, blue light is a wonderful thing. It comes from the sun, and it shows our bodies that it is daytime and that we need to be awake. So it helps set our circadian rhythms and releases serotonin, which is a hormone, into our systems to let us know that we're awake. So blue light is important, and we should be conscious of getting blue light when we first wake up in the morning, especially if you live somewhere that the climate is not sunny, and you need to get some blue light in the morning to get your circadian rhythms going. So that being said, it's okay that your computer or your cell phone is emitting blue light during the daytime. That's normal. The sun is out and we should be getting blue light. However, as the sun sets, the normal circadian rhythm is that as the sun sets, serotonin turns off and melatonin comes on. Now, melatonin is another hormone. It's not just a supplement that you can buy at the grocery store to help you sleep. It's a hormone that our body produces to help us go to sleep and stay asleep. So when we have excessive blue light coming at us in the evenings after the sun has come down, our body will not upregulate the melatonin and let us relax and go to sleep and stay asleep. So what can be done about this? Well, there's 3 ways that you can combat this. And that would be, number 1, you could set a curfew of when you want to turn off all of your digital devices. So you could say 1 to 2 hours before you're going to go to sleep, you stop using the television, cell phone, iPad, and computers. And that would give your body enough time to upregulate its melatonin so that you could fall asleep normally. The second way is to use an app that you could install on your digital devices, your computer and your cell phone, to lower the amount of blue light that's emitted from your phone after the sun has set. And these apps are super smart. They know what time it is, so that they can downregulate the blue light. And then the third thing that you can do to prevent this blue light from reaching your eyes and changing your hormones is use blue light blocking glasses. So the blue light blockers, depending on what percentage of blue light blocking you get, will stop the blue light from reaching your eyes and upsetting your hormone balance. Again, in the guide, I have linked to both the apps that you can download and those blue light blocking glasses. So just scroll down to the comments. I'll have that link put up there in just a few minutes, and you'll be able to download the guide. Okay, so why is sleep disruption such a bad thing? Well, number 1, when you wake up and you haven't slept well, you feel groggy, you're not as productive, you have worse moods, you can have mood swings, you can't concentrate. So a good night's sleep, of course, is very important for anyone who wants to function as a normal human being the next day. If you can just remember like the last time that you had jet lag, especially if you went through several different time zones, and how you felt when you woke up in that new place after having your days and nights switched around. So that same feeling will happen after nights of disrupting your melatonin release. The other thing is that over long term, there's been many studies on people who do shift work or who work the night shift, and how much their risk of developing high blood pressure and diabetes, as well as heart attack and stroke, can increase because of just switching their normal circadian rhythms and working night shift. Of course, this is much worse if you just do it part-time versus completely switching it for years and years and always working the night shift. Is actually better than people who alternate shifts, or for the kids that I was talking about in the beginning, where they're going to stay up all night long and play on their video games, and then when school starts again, they're going to have to go back to waking up at a normal time. So shifting your circadian rhythms over time is also particularly bad. So I hope that you found this blog interesting and eye-opening, because I really want to express the risks of excessive screen time, but there of course are ways to work around that. So go ahead down below, click the links, get those guides, and upload those apps to your cell phone and your computer, or get a pair of blue light blocking glasses so that your sleep is not disrupted. Thanks again for watching me. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can check out my website at www.pamterrio.com, or you can visit me in person at Les Guy Specialists here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Remember, we must take care of our eyes today, as it's like it's the only pair we'll ever have. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.